Hello, beautiful goddesses. Hello, hello, and welcome to our last holistic guidance around leadership for the month. Let me get us all set up. And if you are joining live, say hello so I can see you. I'm also going to set everything up right here so I can see any comments. And while we're waiting for everyone to jump in, make sure that you have, hello, beautiful Diane. It's so nice to have you join in. Make sure that you have something good to drink beside you. I've opened up the records. We are going to be talking about our feminine leadership and 6 steps that we can take to move. Here we go. We're nearly all set up. 6 steps that we can take to bring some healing in from our past conditioning. All right, there we go. So it's all set up. I like to have both. It just makes it so easy for me to see comments and be aligned. And yesterday, we had a new moon. Yay, new moon. Bye-bye, full moon. Although I have to say that I really, really enjoyed this past full moon. It was a deep releasing and cleansing. Did you have a good full moon? So the full moon happened on the 14th of June. And last night in Eastern time, we had the new moon. So those past 2 weeks, was it a good time for you? I know some people had a great full moon. That energy was powerful, and others kind of struggled with it. And um, Monday, I forget what day we are now. It's been a busy week. Monday in the VIP, we did a reading, and what came through mostly for that reading was just to go with the flow, not to resist, just to go with it and really stay connected to positivity. So, we are now in Cancer season, right? Moon child. And so this is also a daily moon in Cancer, and it was a new moon in Cancer. So it talks a lot about the emotional aspect and going deeply in and taking some time to clear and heal and do all that. And just coming out of this full moon, where there was a lot of release work, a lot of healing, and I see healing as 2 parts. There's the healing part where we recognize it and live through those emotions. And there is also the healing part where once it is released, kind of embracing that new part of ourselves, that new rejuvenated part of ourselves, that expansion that happens. Is this making sense to you? Give me a thumbs up, a heart. Let me know if this is already resonating with you. And I love it. Perfect. And I would love to know how the past full moon was for you. Was it a good full moon, or was it demanding? And did you feel the flip of the energy when the new moon happened? Personally, I really felt the flip. It went from being more of a flow to more of a solid stance, right? So it is still uh, moonchild energy, right? So Cancer energy, it's still that, but it feels so empowering. Oh, it was a great one. I love that. I love that. Thank you for sharing. It's always really wonderful to have all this as a conversation instead of just me being up here and chatting with you, because the goal of these holistic guidances is really for there to be an exchange between me and all of you and me and all of us as a community of powerful divine women, um, stepping into their greatness, especially in the midlife years. And so many women don't realize the wealth that there is during this time. Some women just kind of bring their focus this way and bring it down and focus on the body pains or the changing or the body weight or the brain fog, but this doesn't last. And there are remedies that we can take. And this period of our life is to be embraced. And when we do that switch, we can really step into powerful energy. And that's what the divine feminine is all about. And with this Cancer energy, with the new moon that just happened, oh my goodness, so many things can come into healing, because Cancer is a lot about the healing, is a lot about the family, the connection, the home, and anything that we consider home. So if you're stepping on, beautiful goddesses, say hello so I can see you. And since we are focusing on the emotional pillar, there are a few things that we are going to be doing. One, we are going to be bringing healing and maturity and awareness to our emotional resilience, right? Now, which person cannot use that? So this is one of the intentions that I have set for all of us in this holistic guidance. The second thing that we are going to be touching on is we want to bring healing to any past, oh, I love the love, to any past learnings that will help us step into our power. So some learnings still affect us negatively. We have taken the lesson, but we're still holding on to that negativity. So one of the things that we're going to want to do is going to be to release those negative emotions. So this powerful learning can go right here, and we can lead with our heart, and we become, I'm going to say, in charge of our behavior, of our reactions, of our choices, of our thoughts, our words, and this on a daily basis. That's the second intention. And the third intention is we are purposely going to want to exercise and strengthen our leadership muscle. We're going to be doing that right now, to help us heal from any past conditionings that were negative for us. So we could have been in a positive situation, or everyone else around us in our past saw it as a positive situation, but us as a being kind of came out with a negative remembering. I'm going to keep it that way. A negative emotion that has anchored in as a negative remembering, which affects us today, affects our thoughts, affects our actions, our lack of actions, our eating habits, our openness, our resilience, and so on and so on. So this is our third thing that we're going to address. And my third intention is for you to exercise your leadership skill. Now, I know we have done this throughout the entire month, but this is only the beginning. As you agreed at the beginning of the month, you are in. So I am challenging you to every single day, as much as you can, to mindfully connect with your leadership. So leadership is Remember, it's not about bullying. It's not about shouting. It's not about being violent. It's not about judgment. It's not about any of that crappy stuff. It's about you kind of stepping up and strong in the beautiful feminine manner that you have all around you, in you, and using those skills to move forward in the direction that you feel good in. And moving forward, not like this, but like just kind of floating like a beautiful wave. Like if you were standing on a wave, totally determined, this is my path, but with love, ease, and grace. So that is using your leadership skills. Does that make sense to you? Let me know if that makes sense in the comments. And if you're joining live, let me know. If you're catching this by replay, also let me know. Wonderful. Let me know that you're catching it by replay. All right, just for those, well, not just for those, but for those that are not aware of who I am and who are new to the group, or who might be taking this on replay and who have not had a chance to connect with me and my space and my container, welcome. My name, I'm so glad that you're loving this. Wonderful. My name is Isabelle, and I'm your host here in this group. I'm also a certified licensed naturopath, a holistic life coach, and a spiritual guide. And for the past 30 years, I've been supporting people to heal their bodies naturally and connect to their higher purpose. And I am super passionate about guiding women who are in this midlife chapter of their life. So midlife really means anywhere from perimenopause, menopause, and beyond, to understand the connection between everything that happens in menopause and their spirituality, and to um, and to understand that this part of their life can be a gift, so they can live their lives with joy and energy and appreciation every single day, right? So important to understand the link in that, and to feel good and powerful in your body, to feel healthy, so you can really step into your soul's purpose. All right. So we talked about our intentions. Well, we talked about the three intentions that I am setting for us here. I would like you to take a moment right now. Go ahead, close your eyes. And I want you to set an intention for yourself. Being in this container, being in this energy right here and right now, knowing that you're going to be tapping into your leadership skills. I want you to set your intention for this holistic guidance. Take a moment. You can write it in the comments if you want. You can speak it out loud. But I want you can write it if you want in a journal. I want you to put it out there in the universe. Wonderful. It's so important to take time out before we step into a new segment individually, right? To set an intention. We do it sometimes, and most people do it negatively. Ugh, I don't feel like going there. It's going to be so long. That is setting an intention before a new segment's going to happen. It's kind of setting yourself up for yuck. So now we're setting an intention for something wonderful. And you could choose to start right now to mindfully set intentions each time you change a segment. So for example, when I came into my office, I set the intention of what I wanted to do today, and then what I wanted to do and offer on this coaching call. And then when I go have lunch, the intention that I want to live there, and so on and so forth. That is really using your leadership skills. So I want to know, has anyone noticed something specific change this month in your beliefs, in your emotions, in your clarity, in your health from using your leadership skills? Has anyone noticed anything specific change? You can write it in the comments. Now, personally, I have noticed so much change because I committed and said, you know what? I'm committing. Each time that any kind of doubt, fear, or negativity would come in, I would first take notice of it. And if there was healing that needed to happen, I would do that. Then I would clear it and say, what is the new strong leader woman in me? What would she do right now? And then I would do that. When emotions came up, when healing became clear, I would do that. So there was definitely a lot of cleanup, clearing, and expansion. Wonderful. It's important to take inventory of how far you've come, right? Because if you are, for example, climbing a mountain and all you do is look how far you still have to go to get to the top, it can become discouraging. But if once in a while you rest and then you look down, right, at everything you've done and accomplished so far, it can be very inspiring to feel stronger, to look up and see, yeah, this is where I want to go. Or maybe say, you know what? This is where I want to stay a little bit. I want to bask in this energy. It gives you more clarity and more directions. All right. So are you ready for these 6 steps to healing past conditioning? If you're ready, I want you to write, I'm ready, or heck yes, or give it to me in the comments. It's going to give me a chance to take another sip. Did you? Perfect. Love it. Did you see what I did there? I'm setting the intention and paving, I am ready, right? So when you say yes, you're kind of going, I'm ready. Let's do this. Okay. So we're actually going to be doing it. So if you have paper handy, do that. If not, what I want you to do is say it out loud. You don't have to yell it, but you can say it. And if you're feeling inspired, you can definitely put it in the comments. If you prefer to keep it to yourself, at least put it out in the universe by speaking it out loud. Or like I said, you can write it on a piece of paper or in your journal, because real work happens when you release it. But if you keep it and say, oh, I can't talk about it, you're kind of blocking it in. You see that, right? Do you understand that? This is not what we want. We want you to be free of it. So by speaking it, by allowing it, you're just kind of releasing it, and that's what we want. All right, step number 1. You're going to go back in your memory and pick one past conditioning. You're going to go back and you're going to pick one past conditioning or something from your upbringing, right? It doesn't need to be negative, but you lived it as negative and it still has an impact on you. Okay, if you need to close your eyes, I don't want you to take something big because we are learning the steps. You're going to keep these steps and you're also doing it. So remember our intentions. Okay, so go back to a specific time, one specific conditioning, in your past, in your upbringing, that had a negative impact on you and still affects you today. I'm going to give you an example, okay? So when I grew up, I was taught that it is important to eat what you are served, right? Because I came from that generation. And as a mom, I totally get that. Now, here is why this affected me. At that time, I was celiac. My body was celiac, right? So it couldn't tolerate gluten. No one knew. I didn't know. Well, somewhere deep inside of my body, it knew because whenever I ate it, I felt bad. So for me, eating what I was given meant I had to take in pain, even if it didn't feel right and I didn't understand it. Okay, so if you want to share, I want you to put it in the comments. It doesn't have to be like the biggest thing in your life. It can be something small because we're working the muscle of one, your leadership, and two, releasing so you have expansion, so you can feel better every single day. Okay, has everyone done their step one? Give me some thumbs ups or some yeses or anything like that. I want you to put it in the comment or just, a thumbs up, a heart, so I know I can move on. Awesomeness. Perfect. Okay, so that was step one. Step two, I want you to ask yourself, while you are back there, I want you to ask yourself what you learned. What was the lesson behind that? Not a negative lesson, because lessons are not negative or positive. They are a lesson. They're a teaching. There's something that you receive, right? We talked about the emotion already. Now we're talking about the lesson. Nadia, welcome, beautiful Nadia, holding space for you, my love. Was always told I could have excelled more. 97% result in school were welcome with, oh, where is the other 3%? Now a perfectionist. Yes. So Nadia, I I salute you for your braveness of bringing it forward and speaking it in the world. And just this part, two things. One, you are doing so great with your leadership skills. And two, look how ready you are to release negativity around this. Wonderful. And number two, ask yourself what you learned. So Jan says, yes, she's got it. Number two, for Nadia is learn that pushing her kids is fine line between pushing and empowering. Oh my goodness. Do you know, ladies, this is one of the amazing things about clearing. People think that when you do some clearing, cleansing, releasing, that it is painful, but it is not. It's a time when you actually empower yourself. Now, Nadia, if you had not lived that, how could you make the distinction between pushing and empowering? Doesn't that make you just a freaking awesome mom? Take that in for a moment. Now, if I share with what I was saying, I learned by eating what was in front of me or what I was given, even if it didn't feel right. I learned that I need to take what I receive, what I am given, even if it hurts, even if it's not good for me. Right? So that was a negative lesson that I learned. Obviously, that has changed, but I just want to show you that sometimes we think we learn a negative lesson in it that brings us something positive, like Nadia was sharing. Okay, question number 3. All right, if you want, you can close your eyes so you can take it in more, or just stay as you are. How long have you been aligning to that truth, the past truth, the negative truth, right? So if you haven't converted to the empowering stance like Nadia has, is this negative belief or this past conditioning still affecting you negatively in your life right now? How have you been aligning to that past false truth? I know I aligned to the food part for a long time, but I aligned to that. I took that truth about food and I applied it other places in my life, right? So I kind of molded that learning in other parts of my life. So sometimes I welcomed people, places, situations, circumstances that were bad and harmful for me and just accepted it, right? Powerful lessons. So when you've gone past number 3, I want you to give me a thumbs up, a heart. You can put it down. You see, for me, I learned, it took me a long time to understand that autoimmune, autoimmune disease was not a character flaw, that my body was okay, and that the full me was okay. It took me a long time to learn that in bits and pieces, right? Because we always kind of circle back. Some of the lessons that we learn, we keep like not relearning them, but kind of going into a deeper layer. Now, step 4, right? I want you to feel into what it has cost you, right? So we're still thinking that if you haven't yet kind of tipped over in the positive side, like Nadia did here when she shared her positivity, and the positive lesson that came into it. If you're still struggling with something specific, I want you to feel it, because sometimes when there is something negative that is happening in our life, or hurtful, let's use hurtful, people kind of shy away from it and give excuses on the, but I'm okay, I'm doing all right. And they kind of push those feelings down, push them this way, and kind of forcefully go forward. That is the negative masculine coming through. Just kind of push it down and just push through it. Just shake it off and keep going. We don't want that anymore. There is something that exists that's called the divine masculine and the divine feminine. So what it asks is to feel into something that is not working for you. There's no judgment. Just feel it. Feel into it. And understand what it cost you. For me, oh my God, repeating situations, I laugh about it because I'm past step 4. And I'm using an example that I'm past so I can guide you well. But if I'm doing these steps, then I'm using something that is still present or on a different level. Nadia says, still affects self-worth. Yeah, I bet. And my tendency to seek outside approval for my success and let others' opinions of me matter and take up too much space. Nadia, you're such a heart. You are such a heart. I want you to reread how far you've come. Because if you can write that, you're recognizing how far you've come. Hello, beautiful Kathy. Kathy, we've set our intentions for the holistic guidance. So you're going to want to grab the beginning as well. And we're going through the 6 steps of healing past conditioning using our feminine leadership skills. We are on step 4. We're actually finishing off step 4, and we're going to go into step 5. So you can join us here, but make sure that you go back. Just holding up a mirror, Nadia. All right, so if you know what it's cost you, like I was saying, for me, it's cost me so much time. It's cost me different kind of emotional, all this stuff. It's cost me in business. It's cost me in friendships. It's cost me in family, right? So I want you, like Nadia did, to understand what it's cost you. Step 5, such an important step. Step 5, decide to let it go right now. So for you, say it the way you want. It can be, I'm done. Enough. It can be, I release it. It can be, fuck yeah, I'm done. Whatever resonates for you. Okay, for me, it's a more flowing energy. It's more like, I'm done. Right? So the other steps are so important. We recognize, we offered ourselves love and validation. We allowed ourselves to feel those emotions and what it cost us. And now, step 5, we're deciding to letting it go because we've already grabbed the lesson. We don't need to feel bad to grab a lesson. What's important is the lesson. Step 6. Have you all somewhere inside said, I'm done. I'm moving past this. At this point in your life, it might circle back and you might go into a deeper level that you don't even know is there, but we're not looking for that. We're not looking, oh, this is for you, Nadia. We're not looking for perfection. We're looking for progress. Yeah. Such an important phrase for me, and I'm more than happy of sharing it with you with love. So for me, it started off being about food when I was a girl. That brought me to, wow, I have to just keep taking in what is not right for me, to, allowing abuse of any kind in my life, allowing that hurt, to feeling what it cost me, to saying, done. I'm done. And now step 6, close your eyes. And I want you to put your hand or your hands on your heart. And I want you to deeply feel how releasing this judgment, this past hurt, how releasing that lesson, those emotions of that lesson, how just letting it go, knowing that you know more now, how all of it is changing you. Feel into your heart. Breathe into it. Let's take a big breath together with your nose and out with the mouth. A sigh of release. Let's do another breath, this one filled with contentment. Breathing in with the nose and out Wonderful. When you're ready, open your eyes. If you have something good to drink, take a big sip. Perfect. How are you feeling? Let me know. Some thumbs up, some hearts. You can put it in the comments. I would love to hold that space for you. Oh, wonderful. I see the love. I see the hearts going by. I love it. So these 6 steps are so very important. Now, you're going to combine your leadership skills, these 6 steps to bring some healing, and the energy of the new moon in Moonchild in Cancer, because Moonchild feels so deeply, and it's the daily moon, and we're in Cancer season, right? So they feel so deeply, and you're going to use the energy of your emotions to realign. Now, I know that it is kind of general, right? When we work one-on-one together, we open up your Akashic records and we use light codes, and we go on your timeline and we go directly into specific situations where we can go deeply heal, and then your body can heal, because any memories that are stored in your cells, so cellular memory, we can heal. Because we're not one-on-one here and it's general, we went a little bit more general. Of course, if you want to go more deeply, I know it takes a lot of courage, but if you're ready and you want to go more deeply, then you can reach out to me. Or if you know of another woman that could really use this kind of support, reach out to me, and we can chat before you put us into connection. And if it's for you, then I definitely encourage you to book a free holistically healthy goddess alignment session, and we'll chat, like no pressure talk, 30 minutes ish, where we kind of chat and discover where you're at and what you want to do. And if I can bring that support to you, I'll give you the next best steps. If I can't, maybe I can point you in a direction, something that you are seeking. Either way, there's always so much to be received. How are you all feeling, beautiful? Let me know how you are feeling. Let me just check one last time down here. All right, I am going to put my calendar link right here in the comments. Now, I know it is really, really full. There is not a lot of space left, but if this is something that you feel resonates with you and you really want to connect with me, send me a text if you can't find a spot. And, sometimes we can go a little bit earlier or in between clients or something like that. And it'll be my pleasure to do that for you. All right, beautiful goddesses, I hope you have enjoyed this healing time together. I hope you've loved this theme, all about leadership, all about your leadership, about your strength. July, I'm going to be out on vacation for 2 weeks, but I will do my best to pop in. So I'm thinking that I still want a theme for July, but I have to consult with my cosmic team to see the energy that is flowing in the group to commit to a specific theme. So I will be doing that. If you have questions, reach out. And of course, let me know what came through for you, and if you enjoyed this, and if you have any questions. All right, lovelies, sending you so much love, so much light, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Bye for now.